Okay, so now we have a graph and we're supposed to list the order of values of left Riemann sum, right Riemann sum, trapezoidal, and the exact area under the curve. Okay, when I was reflecting on this test question, which I wrote for last year, I understood that it's actually kind of a bad question because whether a left or a right Riemann sum is an over or under approximation really depends on whether it's increasing or decreasing. So the fact that it is both increasing and decreasing kind of throws this off. But the fact that it is decreasing for most of the interval is still going to make it work out okay. So let's draw the left Riemann sum on here just to see what it's going to look like. So for the first one, it's going to be an under approximation. Okay. Oh, and I didn't, let's try that again. I need to go all the way over to here. Okay. So it's going to be an under approximation for the first rectangle, but then every rectangle after that is going to be an over approximation. So we go 1 to 2. It's going to be kind of a messy picture, but it'll be okay. 2 to 3, and then 3 to 4. Okay, so you see that how we have all of this space above the curve that is going to cause this still to be an over approximation. And if we do something similar with the right Riemann sum, I guess I could just do it really quick. Okay, so the first one for the right Riemann sum is going to be an over approximation. But then every rectangle after that is going to be an under approximation pretty significantly. So see that? Boom. Okay, boom. Oh, and then the last one's just no rectangle, right? Because the y value for this one is 0. Okay. So the right Riemann sum is still an under approximation. The left Riemann sum is an over approximation. So we know that the smallest one is going to be the under approximation, which is the right Riemann sum, so that's 2. Okay, and that is going to be slightly less than the trapezoidal sum, which will also be a under approximation, but just ever so slightly. And then the exact integral, the exact area under the curve will come next, so that's 4. And then after that is the left Riemann sum, which is an over approximation. That's going to be the biggest value. Okay, let me justify the trapezoidal underestimation really quick. Okay, so when we draw the trapezoids, okay, so here we have the first one. It's going to look like this. Okay, and then the second one is going to look like this. Okay, so you see how there's a little bit of empty space that we're missing here. Okay. So when we do our trapezoidal sum, it ends up leaving a little bit of empty space here, which makes it a slight under approximation, but it's going to be bigger than the under approximation from the left Riemann sum. Or sorry, from the right Riemann sum, number 3. Okay, so because this function is mostly decreasing, a right Riemann sum is going to be an under approximation, a left Riemann sum is going to be an over approximation, and because this function is concave down, the trapezoidal sum is going to be a slight under approximation, but slightly bigger than the right Riemann sum.